Tonight, WWE Stomping Grounds takes place in WWE. Why? I'm going to be honest with you. If you followed me the last couple years, you would know I would probably defend this jumbled mess of a pay-per-view. The concept of Stomping Grounds is great. There's 9 matches on the card tonight, some I'm actually excited for. But here's the problem. Nobody is excited for Stomping Grounds. Tickets aren't selling. All Elite Wrestling is getting the push. They're getting the rub. The fans are excited. We're becoming more emboldened to say, listen, WWE, this sucks. But the problem is, it's on $9.99, it's on the WWE Network. Nobody's going to unsubscribe because they're putting on Stomping Grounds. And WWE knows that. And WWE is going to keep abusing our loyalty. Here are some of the matches on the card tonight that some people have a problem with. Becky Lynch versus Lacey Evans. The rookie. People don't really understand it. So you look at that match that's happening tonight. It didn't have to be this way. Yes, Lacey Evans challenged Becky Lynch and she lost. But you could have made this interesting if you are going to force us again. And I want to shout out CM Pulse for this. I don't know why WWE has to put their superstars into cold angles. Lacey Evans just basically gets a rematch because she knocked out Becky to cost her the title and Charlotte won. I'm fine with that. But it should not have been Lacey Evans coming out and being like, honey, you lost and like, why? WWE, why? What creative writer thought that was a good idea? The only way you had to sell me on this match is to have Becky Lynch come out and be like, listen, goddammit, this is what I've worked for. I got punched in the nose before Survivor Series. I got cost my match. I went to WrestleMania. I am Becky Two Belts. I did everything I had to do, and then you, Lacey Evans, you stepped in. This ungrateful rookie who hasn't done a damn thing in this business and cost me my title. The man is going to punish your ass and come Stomping Grounds. I will end you once and for all. How hard was that? Maybe I'm wrong. Let me know in the comments. How hard would that have been, WWE? Why did you have to go back to the same damn formula you've been doing for years? Why do I need, honey, I could beat you. You lost. I'm fine with the superstars losing matches and getting rematches. That's not what the problem is. But creative could have made this interesting, and it's damn frustrating because, again, as the guy that's kind of like, I'm lifting the fog from like what WWE has been doing for the last couple years, and it is very frustrating because this is a rematch central card. Let's go to the other big match. We're jumping right into the main events. The other big one is Seth Rollins versus Baron Corbin. This is something that, whether you want to believe it or not, is kind of like a long-term booking. First, Baron did Kurt Angle, but again, nobody cares about it because Baron is just, he's got that heat that nobody cares about. It's not like the heat that he got when he faced Austin Aries at NXT TakeOver, where he's crapping on the crowd and they legit hate him. He's just got the get the hell off my TV heat. And that's not the good kind of heat. I have no problem with Baron Corbin challenging it, but a special guest referee stipulation when he inserted himself as special guest referee in Jeddah last year should have a payoff. I should be excited about the fact that he has a special guest referee match. Instead, I couldn't give a shit less. And that's a problem. I'm fine with Seth Rollins versus Baron Corbin, and I'm sure a lot of you guys aren't, because there's a lot of other matches that you could have. My dog, he's trying to bark. So, out of those matches, I didn't have a problem with it, because we could still get Brock. We could still get somebody sitting over watching over the match. So I'm not disappointed in that match. I'm disappointed in the fact that you actually wrote something that you're coming back to. When Corbin was a special guest referee in the match between Strowman and Lesnar. But look what happens. Nobody cares. They should care. If this would have happened back in the Attitude Era where the guy finally got his comeuppance, he inserted himself in a match where he was a special guest referee and he cost a guy and then he got his comeuppance with Braun trying to beat Corbin, and then eventually when you get your title opportunity, you crown a special guest referee and that special guest referee screws you, WWE, I should care. I should be invested in that, and I'm not, because nobody cares about Corbin versus Seth Rollins. Do you see how just a little bit of better creative could make this so I actually care about it? Let's go down the other matches on the card as you take a look. So boom, right there. Roman versus Drew McIntyre. I have nothing wrong with this match. This goes back to, and I've said this before, and I know some people are going to disagree, when Roman faced AJ Styles, I said it was a reset. This was when the club was trying to chase AJ Styles and said, you can't beat Roman, you need us. And then eventually they split shows, and then AJ went to be the face that ran the place, and then Roman was pushed down people's throats, although he ultimately lost to Brock Lesnar. So was he really pushed down your throat, or was the ultimate payoff the fact that he couldn't beat Brock, but Seth could? But again, nobody cares because in the moment, it just feels like he's shoved down your throat. So now Drew McIntyre. I was fine, and I know a lot of people are upset about this. I was fine with Shane McMahon beating Roman Reigns at Super Showdown because Drew got involved. But now we go to this match. All I want from this match, the same thing Paul said, I just want these two big dudes to beat the living shit out of each other. I want blood, I want sweat everywhere, give me everything of these two big hosses just beating the living crap out of each other. This isn't hard. Instead, what we're going to get is probably a 12 to 17 minute match, and then it's ultimately probably going to end with, Drew possibly could win this one. I'm not going to put it past him, but ultimately you're probably going to get something where he ducks a clothesline, and then he hits a spear, Roman wins, and then that was entirely pointless for Showdown, but Shane is still the best in the world. I am fine with the Chosen One, because for those that don't know, I have a long ploy this year that heading into WrestleMania next year will be Shane versus Triple H, Vince McMahon control the company. I think that's why we have so much bad TV right now, because if it's not leading to control of the company, I don't know what this is all for. But Roman versus Drew, I'm not excited for it whatsoever. If they come out and beat the crap out of each other, I will give it a thumbs up and I'll be happy for it. But going into it, don't care about it. Then you have Kofi Kingston versus Dolph Ziggler. Now, I'm in the camp that I actually like Kofi Kingston versus Dolph Ziggler. They've mentioned this comparison before, and it's the same one I made before. They used to fight over the IC title. They used to fight over it a lot. If you guys remember back to the IC title match, was it Dolph versus Kofi and Jack Swagger where they were on the ladder match at TLC? They knocked the title and Dolph and Vicky came in and swept the title up. Was that the right one? Maybe I'm wrong. So they fought over that title. Now they're fighting over the world title. This is the kind of stuff in sports that you should have had. Except Kofi shouldn't have dropped that in an interview. It should not have been Kofi going, listen, I look at us like, and I don't remember who he quoted, don't get me wrong on this, who they quoted over fighting over the IC title, then they went to the world title. Why was that not in the video packages? Why was that not on TV? It should have been me. Well, okay, back in the day, it was Dolph Ziggler, and Kofi was the one constantly chasing Dolph Ziggler. Bring that feud up. Why? Why not? So, I know a lot of people are upset about this. I have no problem with Dolph versus Kofi. It's just, the build sucks. Now we're in a steel cage match. Brock could tear the steel cage off and cash in tonight. Imagine Brock coming out. Brock got speared through a cage by Roman, and then you all remember what happened over in Jeddah, wherever it was. Maybe something like that goes down. Then let's move on to the tag team match. New Day versus KO and Sami Zayn. No problem with this match. Again, it's just a filler match, but again, I still like KO and Sami Zayn. I think it was Kevin Owens was on the Barstool Sports episode where he talked about he used to hold the show as Kevin Steen, where he interviewed talent. He named off who he would have on the show, and the dynamic that Sami and Kevin have off screen is a lot different than the one they have on screen. So in this match right here, I don't think you don't really need anything. I know right now, kind of post Stomping Grounds plans, Xavier Woods wants to go after Dolph Ziggler because of what happened. If you saw the military press he did to him on SmackDown, that was pretty sweet. But in this match, I don't really care who wins. I just want them to go out and beat the hell out of each other, and it would be cool if KO and Sami Zayn got a victory to propel some greatness. Then we come down to Tony Nese versus Akira Tozawa and Drew Gulak. And then right when I was watching Pulse's video, he was about to say the time for the video, and I had the same exact number in my head. This will go about 12 minutes. It'll be a fantastic match. More than likely, it'll probably get put on the pre-show. I hope it doesn't. This could be a good match. I would say put the New Day and KO and Sami Zayn on the pre-show, and I would say leave the Cruiserweight title for the main show, please. They had a great match last month. Let him continue this. And Stokely Hathaway had one of the best tweets about, if Drew wins, he's going to sell Catchpoint Airbrush t-shirts. I am fine with Drew Gulak winning. I would hope Drew Gulak wins here. That's my pick. I'm actually going to make a pick on this one. And then you have the tag team match. Daniel Bryan and Rowan versus Heavy Machinery. Now, for those that don't know, the champions have been booked very well. Not the tag team champions, Seth and Kofi Kingston. Kofi hasn't lost since winning the title, so he's being built up for something. You have to respect that, and the fact that Kofi is being treated as a legitimate champion. Unlike the Iconics, Daniel Bryan and Rowan. And here, Machinery have been on, a 9-match winning streak? So if you're going to have anybody as number one contenders, this is the most logical, so I have to give WWE credit for this one. You have a tag team that's been on a winning streak, they're pretty entertaining, and they're getting a title match. What the hell? Where is the logic for the other matches? Because this one makes sense. And in this one, I actually want Heavy Machinery to win. I think Heavy Machinery winning would be great, and it's something I'm all here for. Then Samoa Joe versus Ricochet, which in a lot of people's mind is the one match that I think most people can say is the only match I'm excited for on the card. And personally, I hope they put on a great match. Give me 12 to 15 minutes of these guys just beating the crap out of each other. A lot of people say Ricochet has to win here. I am still a firm believer, if you look at the last couple years of SummerSlam, or from WrestleMania to the next WrestleMania, the guys that fight for that mid-card title, eventually by next year's WrestleMania, elevate to the top title. So, Ricochet passing the belt or getting the belt so Samoa Joe can eventually go up to the main roster, not the main roster, the main event, I'm fine with. I don't know if Ricochet needs the title now. I think it'd be great. I think it'd be cool. But personally, I want Samoa Joe to choke the ever-loving crap out of Ricochet and make him tap in the middle of the ring after having one hell of a match. Let Ricochet go for a top rope move. He gets caught off guard. Samoa Joe taps his ass out, and they still have a great match. Ricochet comes off looking good, and overall the match could be good. So that pretty much wraps it up for everything for WWE Stomping Grounds. Like I said, I don't have a lot of expectations. Creative, I can't say did a great job because, again, when you're having this many pay-per-views like Super Showdown, as much as people hate it, I don't have a problem with big money matches because, again, it's on the network. We're not paying a pay-per-view, whether you like to hear that or not, but you're going to get this stuff where nobody's going to buy tickets. You have half the arena taped off. You have half the arena getting free tickets probably. You have local shows in the area saying, hey, screw Stomping Grounds. Bring your tickets to us and you can get in free to our independent show. WWE is going to need to do something. The card that we have tonight, they could have made it good. I could have cared about it. Instead, WWE phoned in the build, at least according to me, and I think tonight the superstars, just like Fastlane, reminiscent of Fastlane, they're going to bail creative in the WWE out. They're going to go out and perform. The performers, none of this is on you. You're not the ones that are booking this. You're not the one that are creating this. I hope you go out there and, again, just in spite of what you're given. And I know you guys will. So let me know what you guys think of Stomping Grounds coming up tonight. Let me know in the comments section below. That'll wrap it up from me. Until next time, it's your boy Tubby Moo, and we will see you all later.